better be kidding me.
Thank you. Now, please direct your attention to the line.
So this happened at Yankee Stadium yesterday. The keep politics out of sports crowd is officially nowhere to be found today. New York Giants rookie quarterback Jackson Dart posted on Instagram about Kirk, as did many others in the sports world. And we've now seen where the right wing in this country is going. Nancy Mace, like Elon Musk and other far-right figures, blame the left and Democrats. To be clear, we do not know the shooter's identity. We do not know their political leanings. And even if we did, it is absurd to state this, especially from a sitting member of Congress at this point in time.
Oh, please. Right. Why don't you start with the President of the United States? Right? And every ugly meme he has posted and every ugly word.
You know, I'm old enough to remember when Utah Senator Mike Lee posted stuff like this on his social media, mocking the killing of Minnesota Democrat Melissa Hortman, her husband, and her dog. It truly showed how the senator does know how to react accordingly. It just depends on whether he chooses to or not.
You know, in the old days, boom, firing squad. No, it's true. Boom, gone, bang, bing, bong. When we were strong, bing, and it goes quickly, right? It's called, you're dead.
Warren is right. This stuff does not help, nor does this.
New Republican Congress members like George Santos and Ana Paulina Luna are wearing lapel pins shaped like assault-style rifles.
To be promoting them on the floor of the House is despicable, and I think an insult to all of the victims of assault weapons.
Several Republican members of Congress were seen wearing these AR-15 lapels on the House floor, which left Representative Jimmy Gomez wondering where they came from. So let's pull up his tweet. He shows here a picture of Ana Paulina Luna wearing an AR-15 pin, along with George Santos wearing the pin. I also want to highlight this other tweet that he had, which I think is very important. He says, Ana Paulina Luna wore an assault weapon pin at today's oversight hearing, less than 48 hours after her state experienced a mass shooting. You can't make this stuff up. This isn't the flex you think it is. So to what he was saying, Ana Paulina Luna is a representative from Florida, where 11 people were the victims of a mass drive-by shooting on Tuesday. So that's why she chose to put that pin on.
Let's also not forget, in September of 2024, USA Today published this piece, which read, more than 1 in 4 Republicans and nearly 1 in 3 Republicans with a favorable view of former President Donald Trump say political violence is acceptable, a new study found. Robert Jones, the president of the Public Religion Research Institute, a nonprofit research organization, told the outlet, this is not just a partisan issue, it's a Trump and MAGA issue. It's the kind of Trumpian takeover of the Republican Party. Congress.gov published a report on domestic extremist-related killings in the United States by perpetrator affiliation from the years 2012 to 2021. 75% of all deaths that were accounted for came at the hands of right-wing extremists. And while Kirk did state this,
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe.
The correct response in all of this came from New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Here is what she said on the steps of the Capitol to the press that were interviewing other politicians as well.
You know, beyond rhetoric, we need to talk about action, and we need to talk about, yes, there are words, but most importantly, we are in a job of leadership. We are in a job of action. We are in a role and a position where the American people are looking to us to do something about this. And every single day, people are dying due to gun violence in America. And every single day, there are people in this building that continue to vote against doing anything. They vote against universal background checks. They continue to support legislation and also remove any way to block the mentally ill, to block extremists, to block people with histories and records of domestic violence from getting guns in their hands. So are we going to do something about this or not? We have a political assassination that happened at the same time as a school shooting where children are dying on the same day, a week after a shooting at a Catholic school where children were gunned down while praying. Are we going to do something or are we going to argue over rhetoric? That is my question about this. We have to pass gun safety legislation and stop this.
So I said this yesterday. I need to make it clear again today. No one ever should be killed for a political belief. I disagree with him on almost everything. The way to win is to borrow one term in the marketplace of ideas. The way to win, because he garnered a lot of support through social media, also through hatred, but through social media, is to out social media him. Like we have popular policy choices, and it gets deeply misconstrued because as much as he framed media as Jewish elite and stuff like that, the media is predominantly right-wing. They have the podcast space. They have the YouTube space. The only place that they kind of don't is TikTok, and that is being completely wiped away from the electorate. And I think what just really gets me is AOC is saying, let's do something as legislators, as we were voted in to do. And there's one side of the political aisle who refuses. They don't want any sort of gun legislation because this was preventable, much like the churches that were shot up were preventable and the synagogues that were shot up were preventable. And the schools, schools, churches, synagogues, music festivals, grocery stores, any public setting, movie theaters, all of it is preventable. And the toning down needs to happen. But again, you have one side that refuses to do so. And the reason they refuse to do so is rather simple. They must always, at all times, keep it notched up to a 10 or try to break the Richter scale because it benefits their side. And go online and see what people are saying. It is daunting. So I am sorry to the Kirk family. I am sorry for all those who are affected by gun violence every year because this isn't the way. It is preventable. Other countries have figured it out. Why haven't we? It also goes back to answering that rhetorical question, which is money in politics. Because the gun lobby spends a lot of money to keep these loose laws or lack thereof enacted.